Hello, and thank you for coming to the McWaters Effect. I'm your host, Matt. Today I'm looking at OAN, but first I need you to hit like and subscribe. Helps the channel grow. Now let's take a look at this news article. Utah visits Arizona election audit. There's a video here. Let's go ahead and watch it.
One Utah state representative says every state should consider what Arizona is doing and incorporate what they can to protect election integrity across the nation. One America's Christina Bobb has more.
Steve Christiansen, a representative from the state of Utah, you came all the way out here to Arizona. What's your reaction to the audit that you got to see?
Probably like many other people, I'm just blown away at the attention to detail, the focus on accuracy, transparency, just making sure that the chain of custody is as it should be. Every handoff is well controlled. The folks have just been really accommodating as well, but I came mostly just for this, to see this process.
And we know here in Maricopa County, the county board is Republican, and they have been one of the biggest obstructions to this audit. And you come from a Republican state. Is this a bipartisan issue, a Republican issue, or how do you see this playing out across the country?
Great question. I personally believe that our right to a free and fair election is the fundamental right that we enjoy, because it's because of that right that we have the ability to protect all of the other rights. And so for me, it ought to be a nonpartisan issue, a bipartisan issue. If we've got a concern with regard to election integrity, we both ought to be joining hands to make sure that we get that resolved.
And do you see any either legislation or some type of procedures coming up in Utah that could potentially take a closer look at how Utah runs their election?
Yeah, two things. Number one, I have about 5 months ago drafted a legislative audit request. It has yet to be approved. I'm hoping that it will be, but the purpose of that request is to take a look at two things. Number one, are our processes such that they will keep the voter rolls clean and up to date? And then number two, in our largest county, Salt Lake County, we use Dominion voting machines. And any time these days when we say Dominion voting machines, there's kind of a gasp, because we know what we think has happened, at least in some places, with regard to those machines. And so that legislative audit request has asked for those two things.
And were there procedures in place in the Arizona audit that you would like to see incorporated in Utah?
Well, absolutely. I would love to see an audit conducted in Utah, especially Salt Lake County, that mirrors this audit right here. We also had an opportunity to visit with a couple of the state senators, Sonny Borelli and Wendy Rogers, I think is her name. They shared with us some thoughts and ideas that they have about ways to strengthen election integrity here in the state of Arizona. They look good. I really like what they have done or are thinking about doing for the ballot itself, to make sure that the ballot cannot be duplicated or counterfeited in any way.
Sir, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much.
All right, guys, that's the end of the video. And this guy's already trying to get an audit started in Utah, but he hasn't gotten approved yet. People from Utah need to go to their representatives and start complaining, why haven't you started an audit here? We need to get an audit done. So on and so forth. We need to check things out, make sure that the election is good here. I think that would be the best thing. I want to do all 50 states. That includes no matter who won them, whether it be a Trump won state or a Biden won state. Need an audit. But that's my opinion. Please hit like and subscribe. Helps the channel grow. Peace.